I noticed that probably a lot of other people didn't notice, but I noticed being in the game and growing up with the horses and that the way Ron moves, he's got that smooth, steady stride with the horse, and he doesn't upset a horse. Unless he really wants to, he can make a sudden move to pull a horse into gear or make him do something, but he's got that smooth movement all the time. And if he, and that's one thing that helps gain a horse's confidence. I mean, for a horse to break in properly, you've got to have his confidence. It's no good if you haven't got that horse's confidence, well, you're up against it, you're fighting him all the time. And that's one thing that Ron really emphasised. And having been through the job, well, I can understand.
No, that's all right. That's all right. We'll keep rolling. Okay, next question I'm interested in. What do you guys feel about this kind of an annual event? Ron, can you talk a bit about that first?
This Mountain Cattlemen's get-together, I think it's really great. It gets a lot of people together. It's a fundraising effort for the Mountain Cattlemen. It's the only one they've got to sort of combat the greenies a little bit. I probably shouldn't say the greenies, the radical greenie sort of people. The fair dinkum greenie people, there's nothing wrong with them, but the radicals have just got no idea. They live in Melbourne, Sydney or Canberra or wherever in an office, and they might come up into our high country for a fortnight a year, and they're the experts and they make all the rules, and we're supposed to stick to them, and us poor silly idiots that live up here and got to work in with nature know nothing according to them. But I think it's great, and you get all these people come here together. A lot of them come just for a bit of a booze up, I think, by the look of the young blokes, but a lot of my friends, I see them once a year, and that's at the Mountain Cattlemen's get together here. And I just think it's a great way of letting the greenies and the politicians know that we're still here and we're going to be here for a long time yet.
That's a good point, Ron, because by gee, I don't very often see you. This sort of a get together, we do meet and have a bit of a yarn.
It's the only time I see you.
That's right. And we're up against bureaucracy, and a lot of people that are in charge of things, such as what they're trying to kick all the cattle grazing out of the mountains and so forth, which is one of the greatest traditions in this country, and it's the longest use of the mountain country is cattle grazing. Cattle grazing was there long before anything, before timber industry and before the gold mining and everything. So it's really a tradition that's grown and into our pioneering families like what we were, and we're still trying to carry on. But the odds are against us, there's no doubt about that. But the one way I see it, as Ron mentioned about people that live in other areas, they don't understand. There's two great universities in this country of ours. One's got 4 walls around it, another one's all this mountain country. And I'll tell you what, there's not a hell of a lot of people, even live in the country, that really don't understand those mountains. Like from the very smallest insects right through, and I've made the statement now and again that the dingo and wild dog, well, the dingo, he's the king of those mountains. He's the boss in the mountains. There's nothing that he can't handle, you see. And but as I said, the greatest university is those mountains. It's not always the 4 walls. There's a lot of things you can't learn between 4 walls.
This event this year, I know it's been going for a while, is now the year of the Outback. We're in the year of the Outback, and this event has come under the auspices of that. I'm interested in finding out from you both your idea of where the Outback starts and ends. What do you think, Ron?
Well, I think the Outback's sort of anywhere away from the cities. Like, we're not very far from Melbourne here, but we're still in the Outback. It's a sort of isolated country where the country people sort of got to live with nature. Then you get right out in northern Australia, that's really the Outback once you get out there. But they do things the same way as we do here, only their environment's different, so they fit in with their environment exactly the same as we do. And that's what the Outback to me is, living with the environment and nature.
That's right. Of course, there's one great difference, and that is in the country that we operate in, with running our cattle in the mountains, see a snow country. And we've got to work with that season by taking our cattle up in that high country and getting our mustering done before we get big snowfalls and all that sort of thing, which can be tough going, you know, and so forth, which is a different environment altogether, as Ron said, to what the outback is once you get away out beyond Burke, see? Different type of thing altogether, but we've still got it's still the outback. Yeah.